Forces.
The report, which must be brief and concise, should be submitted to the office of the Clerk of the Senate not later than 6 p.m. today, Thursday, the 28th of August, 2025, and must answer the following questions. 1. Did an electronic voting process take place using the system? 2. Is the number of MCAs who voted on the impeachment of the governor verifiable? Number 3. Was it possible for any MCA or any other person who had a link to vote on the motion on behalf of an MCA or another MCA? Number 4, how many MCAs voted in the affirmative on the motion to impeach the governor? Number 5, is there any evidence of multiple voting or other compromise of the voting system and or impropriety in the voting system or process? It is so ordered.
You are dedicated that in the water department, the budget was 1 million, but the procurement was 3 million. Did you verify clearly that these payments were paid out, or was it a budget or a planning budget or an actual budget? Finally, Mr. Speaker, on the issue that I've raised, I've requested you, can you please guide this House in the matter of expenditures that have been paid out, whether we can verify that from either the control of budget or from the control.
The report, which must be brief and concise, should be submitted to the office of the Clerk of the Senate not later than 6 p.m. today, Thursday, the 28th of August, 2025, and must answer the...
And as the Senate continues deliberation, all eyes remain on Kericho County, with Kenyans awaiting a final decision that could determine the fate of Governor Eric Mutai. And William Ruto today hosted the Harambee Stars for a luncheon at State House, Nairobi, to celebrate their impressive performance at the CHAN tournament, where they advanced to the quarterfinals. During the meeting, the president announced that the government will cover half the cost of the affordable housing units promised to the players during the competition. He explained that the support is meant to ease the financial burden, with the players still expected to meet part of the cost. The head of state dismissed claims that the housing pledge amounts to a handout, stressing that the players will benefit under the government's affordable housing program. Meanwhile, the CHAN tournament concludes this Saturday, with Morocco set to face Madagascar in the finals. And
to you graduating today, the road ahead is full of promise and opportunity.
And in matters security, President William Ruto has broken the 3-year stalemate on police recruitment, announcing that the long-awaited exercise will finally take place next month after stalling due to budget constraints. Speaking at the National Youth Service Recruits Passing Out Parade in Gilgil, the head of states revealed that 10,000 new officers will be recruited, with 4,000 slots reserved for NYS graduates. The head of states explained that the move is aimed at absorbing the thousands of young people who successfully complete NYS training each year, stressing that the service produces disciplined and capable graduates ready to serve the nation. The president further emphasized that NYS graduates will also be prioritized in other disciplined forces, including the Kenya Defense Forces, as well as opportunities in the government affordable housing program.
To you graduating today, the road ahead is full of promise and opportunity. Some of you will advance into higher training in agriculture, ICT, engineering, and hospitality, becoming the skilled professionals who will drive our industries forward. Others will join our disciplined services, standing guard over our nation's peace and security. And I have already given instructions to the Ministry of Interior that next month, when we hire 10,000 police officers, of the 10,000, 4,000 must come from the National Youth Service. Many more of you will venture into private enterprise, powered by the Hustler Fund, Nyota, and other initiatives.
And still on matters police reform, Dr. Amani Yuda Komora has officially been sworn in as the new chair of the National Police Service Commission in a ceremony presided over by Chief Justice Martha Koome. In his maiden speech, Dr. Komaro laid out a bold vision to transform the police force into a citizen-centered service. He pledged sweeping reforms, including the recruitment of 10,000 new officers, improved welfare for police officers, restoration of public trust, and tough measures to combat corruption. Chief Justice Koome, on her part, urged the Commission to uphold the rule of law and ensure the police service operates within the full respect for human rights.
Pay specific attention to the welfare of our officers by continually seeking to review remuneration and benefits in liaison with the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, defend and support police officers whenever unfairly targeted or accused, and ensure that all police officers who are injured during the past public order incidences and in future incidences are compensated or are considered for compensation alongside other members of the public.
This is a solemn duty that demands building a police service that is professional in conduct, humane in approach. For the life of me, I've never understood why a police officer would have to crowbar a citizen before arresting them, even if they are not resisting arrest. Why they have to be rude and use uncouth language towards citizens.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has dismissed claims that the Government Social Health Authority program is failing. Speaking in Malava during the battle of UDA parliamentary aspirant Dr. Enoch Ndanje, Mudavadi accused some of hospitals of mismanaging the scheme and shifting blame to the Ministry of Health. He cautioned that isolated cases of corruption should not be used to condemn the entire program, saying some facilities were even hiding key information to fuel criticism. Mudavadi assured Kenyans that the government is addressing challenges in the rollout, stressing that SHA is still being streamlined to deliver affordable and quality healthcare for all.
Na mimi nataka niseme hile hospitali wamesema ya St. Mary's Mumias, faith-based organization, waliweka claims za SHA 117 billion Kenya shillings kwa claims za SHA. Hospitali hiyo imelipwa 82 million shillings out of the 117 million Kenya shillings. I have a record. I'm giving you these figures kwa sababu I know what they got. Na ukiweka claims ni lazima ziwe verified. So far they have received 82. And I am ready. If they want to argue, we are ready to produce evidence. How much they received in November last year, in December, everything. I have it even on my phone here. Naweza soma sahi. Kwa hivyo kama wamefanya mismanagement katika hiyo hospitali, wasiletee taifa nzima. Let us be accountable. Munataka serikali iwe accountable. Munasema munataka Ruto awe accountable. Munataka Wetangula akuwe accountable. Munataka Oparanya akuwe accountable, governor akuwe accountable, Mudavadi akuwe accountable. Na wewe wakati unapokea pesa za SHA, mbona wakisema produce the proper evidence for the money you have received, unakataa? Accountability ni kwa kila mtu, from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. Hiyo ndio accountability sisi tunataka.
And in matters politics, divisions have rocked the Orange Democratic Movement in the county of Kakamega following the disputed grassroots election for the county chairmanship. Governor Fernandez Baraza is urging the party's national leadership to enforce internal election rules even as he declared himself the winner of the contested polls. But a section of legislators led by former aspirant Nabii Nabwera accused the governor, who also doubles as the county ODM chair, of blocking secret ballot voting and manipulating the process in his favor. The contested exercise has now sparked sharp criticism and renewed calls for the ODM national office to step in and resolve the simmering conflict.
Na sisi tuko tayari kuchunga na kulinda chama cha ODM, ili wale matapeli ambao wanataka kuuza chama tuwaambie waende wape nyumbani. Tasimama na gavana. Sisi tuko tayari. kwa sababu kuna jamaa wengine, kwa sababu waliona tuko na watu wengi na wakasema wataki uchaguzi wa wazi. ODM is very clear. The party elections is very clear on how we should conduct elections. Ni mambo ya consensus or voting by show of hands.
And allies of President William Ruto from the Ukambani region have come down strongly against former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, accusing him of spreading hate and divisive politics. Speaking at Queen Grounds during a financial empowerment forum for border operators, the leaders dismissed Gachagua's claims that government officials were collaborating with terrorists, terming the remarks misleading and disrespectful to the administration he once served. The leaders are now calling on politicians to exercise restraint in their public pronouncements, stressing the need to safeguard citizens from misinformation and to uphold the government's credibility.
Umeona kwa ma-TV akiulizwa haya, basi si ulisema haya, tuambie evidence kwamba anasema sijui ilikuwa aje, sijui nilisikia huko Amerika, sijui ulizeni Amerika, sijui. Why do you have to say it if you don't know? Kama wewe hauna evidence, si unyamaze jamani. Si uache hii mdomo bila break. Ukimwangalia maneno anasema hakuna jambo moja ambaye anasema iko na ukweli. Akisema hii anaruka anasema hii. Na yeye ni badman. Wakati Rigiji miaka 2 alikuwa deputy president alikuwa rais. Hizo vitu hakuwa anaziona. Sasa wewe wakati ulikuwa kwa ofisi, unakaa pale, unaamka vizuri, na anakumbuka akiambia Raila, anaamka 6 am kwenda kwa ofisi yake kufanya kazi. Sasa hiyo kazi alikuwa anafanya, hizi vitu hakuwa anaziona saa hizi.
And it's 18 minutes past the hour. Time for us to take a short commercial break. I'll be back shortly. Government institution to fully comply with the use of e-procurement system, saying it will boost transparency, efficiency and accountability in public spending. Speaking during the 13th Intergovernmental Relations meeting at his official residence in Karen, Nairobi County, Kindiki warned that officials sabotaging the transition from manual to electronic procurement will face disciplinary action. Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Badi also raised concerns that some government officials are resisting the reforms to continue manipulating the tendering process and embezzling public funds. The Treasury maintains that the adoption of online procurement will be fully implemented to seal loopholes and curb theft of taxpayers' money. This development comes after a recent report by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, which flagged several government departments for being deeply implicated in graft scandals.
Solve those challenges and implement e-procurement, because we will not revert to the manual procurement system whatsoever. So we must work to remove the challenges, not just for the county government, but even for the national government.
One of the contention that is currently being pushed is that Parliament revoked. If there is any government office out there who is going to use that as an excuse, please know I'm not going to buy it. Parliament has not revoked anything, because the question I want to ask, we are implementing IFMIS as an accounting system. Why is that? Why hasn't it been revoked?
And the government says it is prepared for the transition to upper secondary school, set to begin in January next year. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migoso Gamba, speaking at Embu University, confirmed that strategies are in place to ensure students joining grade 10 will not miss out on learning. This assurance comes as education stakeholders continue to voice their concerns over the government's readiness, particularly on the school infrastructure, student funding, textbooks, laboratory facilities, teachers training, and the proposed three-stream curriculum.
As a government, we are prepared to transition our grade 9s to grade 10 using the 3 pathways, that is STEM, social sciences, arts and sports, creative arts and sports. And to let you know that the students, the learners are already choosing their pathways and choosing the schools. and just to assure parents and Kenyans in general that the government is prepared to ensure that that transition is smooth and it's 100% transition like we've done before. So we've transitioned them from grade 8 to grade 9, which was much more difficult because we didn't have the infrastructure. Remember, we had to do 23,000 classrooms to ensure that grade 9 is properly settled.
And tension is high in Isiolo County after unknown assailants touched the office of the county secretary and vandalized property belonging to the county assembly. The late night incident destroyed critical county records with several others extensively damaged. County staffs narrowly escaped harm after receiving threats moments before the fire broke out. Confirming the incident, Isiolo County Director of Human Resource Gerard Lusano said employees fled for their safety shortly before the blaze erupted, concealing key documents that had not been digitized. Police have since launched investigation to establish the cause of the fire and track down those behind the attack.
We've had long days before, but I think this was perhaps one of our longest days. And you people are aware about what is obtaining, in Isiolo at the moment. The political environment is a little, if you ask me, volatile and toxic.
And we are not going to leave any stone unturned. This matter was done during the day. We are going to make a list. As you have heard, some of the people who are being held by the DCI, they are under investigation, and they will be arraigned in court as long as evidence is there.
The document of our staffs are here. Then because my office is coordination office between national government, the other arm of the government, which is county assembly, the executive county assembly, and public service board, is also housed in my office. So today all those records have been destroyed, and reason are known. The way you have heard from our security organ, they have said people have overpowered them.
And a wave of fear has gripped residents of Bogambore area in Nyamosense, Komosoko Ward, Migori County after a violent home invasion turned deadly. One person was killed and several others injured when an unidentified attacker stormed a homestead in the dead of the night. Eyewitnesses said the suspect brutally assaulted a woman, stabbing her multiple times before turning on a 5-year-old child, stabbing the child in the face and slamming them against a wall. In a shocking turn, a 60-year-old resident was also allegedly sexually assaulted during the ordeal. Quick action by neighbors saved the woman and 2 children moments before the attacker set parts of the house ablaze and fled the scene. Police have launched investigation as the shaken community struggles to come to terms with the gruesome attack.
Wameumiza watoto hapo ndani zaidi ya watoto 3 na wamefanya mauaji kwa hiyo nyumba. So kitendo hicho tunakilani sana. Mimi nimefika binafsi kwa hilo tukio. Nimeshuhudia vyenye wameteketeza kila kitu kwa hiyo boma. Wito wangu kwa serikali ni kwamba ningeomba serikali iingilie kati ili uchunguzi ufanyike, ijulikane ni nani alitekeleza maovu haya.
Chukua majukumu basi, umchukue hivyo, umchukue kama amekufanyia makosa. Peleka yeye polisi tafadhali. Huyu mwenye amefanya kitendo kama sasa hivi, amefanya ameenda, hatujui ni nani. Ilikuwa usiku. Ufika hapa, amechoma mumama, watoto zaidi 3.
Lakini majirani walipata kuwasaidia hawa manusura 3. Hawa watoto 2 aliyedungwa kisu kwa uso na aligongeshwa kwa ukuta, amebondeka kichwa, ndio tukamrifaa Migori. Tumewarifaa 2 Migori County Referral Hospital for further management and treatment.
And in Nandi County, Governor Stephen Sanga sounded a stern warning to contractors accused of laxity in completing county projects. Speaking in Kapsabet, Sang decried a growing trend where some contractors reportedly start projects only to abandon them halfway in breach of agreements. The governor vowed to take tough action against those found sabotaging service delivery by failing to meet set timelines.
It must be clear. So that we are in a new financial year today. I am aware that in the last financial year, there are some projects that were given out and the contractors have never reported to date. That means they have, if they were awarded in August or September or October or November, already they have taken more than 3 months, more than 4 months, more than 6 months. Actually, others, we still have even of 2 years ago. And a contractor still says, oh, I am looking for money so that I can go. Again, the departments, when a contractor is not responsive, the law provides for a termination. Move very fast to terminate so that all these projects are done within the same financial year.
And I do appreciate you for the support you've shown us tonight. That is the end of our bulletin for today. Have yourself a lovely night. See you tomorrow, same place, same time. My name is George Kayesi.